I did something huge for myself. I left my job after 10 years and bought a one-way ticket to Spain. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my first video. Welcome to the journey that I'm starting towards changing my life. So I left my job after 10 years without a grand plan, without a roadmap. It feels so surreal to say it out loud. But after a lot of thinking and a lot of feeling, here we are, doing some important changes in my life that I hope will take me on a better path. I think that I came to a point in my life when I looked around and discovered that everything that I've built up to this point was no longer in alignment with who I am today, which is so weird, because you go on a path and you have it somehow figured out up to one point, and you follow this path, and then one day you just realize that it's not where you want to be in life, and it's not how you want your life to look like. So I left my job after 10 years because lately I think I'm thinking about this for a year now at least. I just felt like I was disappearing. Day after day I felt myself slipping into a life that it's good on paper, and professionally it's perfect, but I looked around and it didn't feel quite right. My job was amazing. My colleagues were not just colleagues. They became friends, some of them even family, and it was one of the hardest parts about leaving and deciding to leave, because even my personal life was so intertwined with my professional life that I think it's also one of the reasons that kept me going for so many years. It usually is, I think, the people you work with. So walking away from them was one of the hardest parts, but I knew that if I didn't choose myself now, I later on perhaps forgot how to choose myself, if it makes sense. I felt that I was running through life, always hurrying, always producing, always earning the right to take a pause. I just want to live a slower life and hit the pause button for a while, and I don't know how to do this. I realized that I don't know how to slow down. I don't know how to be present as much as I would love to. So I think I need to reprogram myself somehow, the way that I function in this world. It's not what I want for myself. I want to actually feel like I'm living this life, not just surviving it. If you've been feeling it too, that quiet ache, that yearning for rest, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just tired of trading your life for survival, I think, if I can put it like this. Wanting rest, joy, connection, a slower life, it's not escaping, it's in a way coming home to yourself. And I don't see it as weakness, I see it as one of the deepest kinds of wisdom and bravery if you are able to change your life and transition to how you really want to live your life. And that's why I'm here. That's why I bought a one-way ticket to Spain, not to escape my life, but to walk back into it, one step at a time. So I'm about to start something that I've never done before. I've never slept in a hostel, and I'll be doing that for about 6 weeks. I'm going to walk El Camino de Santiago, carrying nothing but a backpack and a heart full of hope. I haven't been training as much as I would like to. Physically, I'm not in my best shape. Emotionally, I'm drained. And on top of that, I have a bad hip. When I was born, they somehow sprained my leg and I developed something that is called a femoral necrosis. Then as I started growing, anyway, when I was a baby, I had to stay in I think a cast it's called, with my legs spreaded. As I grew, the difference between my legs starting to develop, and when I was 12 years old, they had to elongate my left leg. So today I still have a small difference, and I have to wear a heightener on my left leg that it's about 2 centimeters, but otherwise I'm in pretty normal shape, but I get tired more easily, especially because I haven't been working out as I would love to, because I sat in the office all day. Another thing that I want to change about my life. I want to be more active, I want to be healthier. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing also this pilgrimage right now. One of my friends, she's the same age as me, she's 35, and a few months ago she had a hip replacement, which I probably will have to do also at some point, earlier than a normal person would do it. So I think that it's the best time now to get a bit emotional. I think it's the best time for me to do this pilgrimage. Also, for the past, I don't know if years, but it's for sure more than 6 to 8 months, I felt that my body is not happy with my life choices. My body started to get sick. My tests didn't come out okay, my blood tests and general health wise. So I realized that when you live out of alignment, your mind and body start to get sick. I physically, not only emotionally, felt that I am out of alignment with what I want to do and how I want to live my life. I felt like I was giving too much to the way I live my life professionally. The fact that I have to stay all day at the office, all the pressure, and if you're lucky, you can realize that before it's too late. I think I'm one of the lucky ones, and I take such great pride in being able to do these changes for myself. So, in a way, my search for identity began, and I'm starting to question, who am I behind all that, behind everything that I built, behind my career, behind my busy schedule, behind my day-to-day life, behind my responsibilities. I live in a beautiful house with a big garden, with a lot of responsibility outside. the working hours, the usual working hours. So I've been a pretty busy person. I don't know how I ended up here, but everything was by choice, and I don't regret it. I have an amazing life. I have a beautiful life, but I want more from it. So I want to discover who am I. I want to feel inspired. I don't feel inspired anymore. I feel like I'm losing myself. I feel like I'm living so much by the rules of society, too much that I would like to. And I know that it's my first time living this life. It's my first time doing everything and figuring everything out, so I try not to be harsh on myself and not to judge myself too much. I'm trying to love myself as much as possible, and I am very happy that I'm doing these changes. So I'm taking a leap of faith, a leap of courage. I'm putting myself out there to see what's in store for me. We have a second guest today joining us. I'm so excited. I've been crying a lot these days every time I realize that I'm doing this. I'm excited, a bit scared at the same time, but mostly excited. People are doing the Camino de Santiago for multiple reasons. Some are religious, some are spiritual, some just for the journey, some for the adventure, some because they're lost and trying to find themselves. I guess in some ways I'm doing it for all those reasons. I've been giving it a lot of thought with what I want from this journey for myself, and I think that I want a lot from this journey. I'm confident that I will find myself on this journey. If any of you have tips about long distance hiking or doing anything similar, or maybe the Camino, if you have tips and tricks, I'd love to hear them. I would maybe love to know that I'm not alone on this journey, even if I'm doing it on my own. I would really appreciate if you have any kind of advice that you think that I will use or take advantage of. In my next video, I'll be showing you guys what I packed for the Camino, and believe me when I say that packing itself was a journey, because I had to pack in only one backpack everything that I will need for about 6 weeks. So I'm excited to show you guys what I packed after obviously watching a lot of other videos and documentaries from other pilgrims. Thank God for the internet. And after that, I'll see you soon from the Camino. Thanks for being here. Bye. Would you let me speak? Airplane. Can you please be quiet for a sec? Filming outside is not the best